and weirdly enough, like growing up, I didn't listen to music or watch movies. So I was like so out of culture.
Wow.
It was brutal. Which is part of why I was an introvert.
There's this Conor McGregor quote where they're like, you know, he was on BBC or something. They're like, oh, it's a bigger appearance, not just niche UFC thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you think about this team or this game? And he's like, you know, that one you said, they're great.
It was like Arsenal or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh, Arsenal. And they're like, you don't know anything about Arsenal, right? He's like, I don't watch the news. He's like, I don't follow the news. I don't watch sports. I don't do anything. He goes, I have lost my mind to the game. He goes, I am obsessed with my game. I have lost my mind to it. I don't have time for anything else. I don't want to know about anything else. I only want to know about this game. When we were hanging out, I feel like you had that vibe where you were like, you said a couple of things. You were like, I decided I was going to be a YouTuber and I was going to make great videos. And it didn't matter if I died, the most famous YouTuber of all time, or 90 years old with 1,000 subscribers. I was going to make great YouTube videos. Like that's what I decided I was going to do. And that's all I do. I wake up and I do that thing.
What was that first YouTube video that you saw that like kind of filled you with that wonder where you're like, wow?
Oh, well, this guy actually got hacked like a very long time ago. This like Call of Duty YouTuber, and they like leaked his earnings, and he had made like $100,000 a year the last few years. And I remember being like 10 and be like, what the fuck? They make they make money doing this, and I was just so mind blown that they actually made money.
Wow. They make more than my mom.
Like, yeah, and it was right there when I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Like, I just don't care. I'm being a YouTuber, or I'm gonna fucking die trying. I just don't care. And that, like, the second I saw that was actually possible, that's when I was like, that's it. And it's funny also talking about like obsession and stuff like this, because it's funny how it changes, right? When you're like, and maybe it's different now because social media is a little bit cooler, but when I was younger, like no one wanted to be a YouTuber. Like most people, when I was 13, 14, didn't even have phones yet. Like it was kind of like a little bit of an older thing. And maybe it's just because where I grew up, but it's funny because back then people are like, get a life, stop being a fucking nerd. Like you're too obsessive, you're a weirdo. And then now it's like, oh, bro, he was so obsessive. It's so great. Like,
right, it's seen as a positive quality. Yeah.
And it's so funny, like looking back on our life, going from a fucking loser nerd who's too obsessive and won't go anywhere to like, damn, that's really inspiring. And it's like, damn, it was very hurtful back then, but I'm glad it's inspiring now. And so it's funny to see how it changes. But I like to bring that up because if there are younger people or parents who have kids who are obsessive like this, that's typically what happens. Like younger kids don't understand that, and it's different. And so you don't watch the newest South Park or the newest movie or whatever. So you don't talk about the same thing. So then people are just like, oh, well, you know, it fucking sucks. You know what I mean?
How would you deal with that? Because you have kids. I have kids. If they go, I want to be a Twitch streamer, I want to be a video gamer, you're like, let's go. I
had the same realization. I was like, oh, so wait a minute. We spend the first 18 years of our life trying to fit in. That's how I felt in school. I was trying to fit in all the time. What do people do that's cool? How do I do that thing?
Right.
And then once I was like in the adult world, it's like, oh shit, now we spend our whole life trying to stand out. Like, well, what was all that other shit? Why was I so focused on fitting in if the rest of your life you're trying to stand out? And I just realized like, oh shit, standing out has been the game the whole time. And the way you stand out is not by trying to figure it out. Just like whatever you're obsessed with, just let that ride. Because you'll go on a path that nobody else is going to copy, and then you'll land in a good spot. So if my kid, like my daughter's 2 right now, if she was into gaming or if she was trying to be a creator, all that stuff, I would be all in on it. Because I know even if that's not your end game, following your obsession is like the thing to do in life. You know, that will always work out. But you know, if you like actually go down that path, what most people do is they hedge. They like this thing, but then they see this path that's more proven or shiny, or they don't know if it's going to work, so they only half try, right? And then it's like that hedge is actually what gets you. It's not that this career path was that hard. It's that hedging is like, you know.
What was your major in college?
Biology.
The ultimate hedge. The ultimate hedge.
That was different. I just didn't know. I didn't know what I wanted. Well, what I think is actually interesting, you could be doing the like YouTube, TikTok.
Sure.
I feel like you can look at his videos and be like, all right, I get it. I get why people like this. I get why this pops. Probably pretty tempting to be like, could I go get 50 million views, 100 million views? That seems nice.
Like, to do what he's done, I'm not allowed to say it. You said you spend X number of dollars every video.
Oh yeah,
I'll let you say it.
It started off.
No, but you can say, yeah, our average view is around $1.5 million.
I mean, that's
he does
size,
that now, but
scale.
go look at his archive, right? It's like he took a plastic knife and tried to cut a plastic table, and it took him 48 hours to do that. That's a $1.50 video, right? Like, that's not a 1.5 million. That's 1.5.
Down into 100,000, $0.
It's a different thing. It's a different thing. So that's like a different type of skill set and muscle. So the types of videos he's producing, stand up is different. If a musician was here, if a DJ was here, it's not all the same just because it's on YouTube. So we all do different types of media. This is a different type of media.
Are you tempted to like, you know, dabble?
Yeah, we talked about this, right? I mean,
the thing that I would be I would be reticent of is, what if I have to put this thing out and I don't believe in it, or I'm just doing it just to do it. That would be the problem. But I have to put up a new video every Tuesday. That's
Well, just delete the video. Who
I
cares?
know.
Well, what do you do
Yeah.
if you
Sometimes we don't upload for 2 months.
Yeah.
You just only upload when it's a great video.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. So
I think it's dumb when people stick to like a schedule and they're like, oh, the video's not great, but I upload every Tuesday. It's like, who cares?